welcome back to Lempies. A week of quarantine. We have been at home for now 7 days since Friday last week, and yeah, I wanted to come out here and talk about something highly requested, is how to make just a DIY mouth or nose mask for yourself, especially since I would say in Germany, since maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, there were no masks, and there are still no masks in the supermarket or in the grocery market, in the pharmacy, even in the in the shops where you usually buy construction products. Like, we just thought we could get those ones that people usually use when they're painting. They are not available. We tried to order from Amazon. Amazon is also doesn't have this stuff in stock. They'll, like, when you put in an order, they will tell you it will be delivered after 3 weeks. So we'll talk about that, just how to make your own mask at home, something that will help you. And the second thing will be a hand sanitizer. These are also other things besides toilet papers that are not in the grocery shops at the moment. They are also like toilet, they are nowhere to be found. Let me just put it this way, in my area. So for a week now, we have been using a hand sanitizer that we have made ourselves. The question of today, I just want to hear from you. How are you guys doing, and what are you using as a hand sanitizer, or what are you using as a mask? Are you also in quarantine in your countries, or you're still allowed to go to work and go to school? You go to school. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like our channel, always leave a comment. If there's also any other video that you think I should do or you like to know from me, leave that in the comment section. Then I still have a little bit of time now that we kind of don't really have a lot of work to do. I have maybe, I would say I work now about 4 hours a day, just emails and conference calls. That's all I can do. There isn't much I can do at home to do work that is equivalent to the 8 or 10 hours that I used to work when I'm out in the field. Toilet papers. I was lucky to have toilet paper in there. It is scary when you go in there and you don't have a mask. You really like, okay, now what am I going to do? Of course, they have some rules like how far you should stay away from the next person, but you will feel a little safer if you had a mask on. To make my mask DIY, I use this cottons. Then I have something interesting. Please guys, don't laugh. I'm kind of desperate in it. I'm using this when I go out. I have this. Can you see? These are my panty liners. Breathable. They don't have any foil on it. And then I have my normal stuff, which is hair, the scarf that I use on my hair. If I had access to material like before, I would probably do this using a filter from the pharmacy or from Amazon. But I don't have, like, Amazon isn't even delivering stuff anymore, so I can't buy the right filter that is needed for this. That's why I opted to go. I was thinking of like a normal menstrual pad, like an absorbent, but I don't have one, and I thought it's probably not the best thing because I wanted something that's breathable, and absorbents have like a plastic lining. So what I have got is this. So creative and colorful, and look what I did. This is just layers of panty liners. What I would do next, I would also just layer it up with a lot of cotton. Especially if there's somebody in the supermarket next to you sneezing. So I have, this is very difficult to show, but I'm gonna try to show what I'm doing, what I did. This. You can see that I don't want it to keep over. Yeah, so just layers of cotton on top of those panty liners. And then I cover it. In the middle are the layers of panty liners that I have lined up. And I cover it, like, I do this basically, and then that, and then I have this. It feels, when I have this, it feels more like the traditional absorbent that people used to make at village back in the days. It's like that. So this is how So this is what I do when I am going out. Now, it is quite breathable. You can walk around and still breathe with it. Maybe it doesn't look cute. I mean, the mask anyway doesn't look cute. I think it's actually quite good. For me, it made me feel a little bit safer when I'm outside other than just walking around like that, especially if I know that I'm going to enter a train or public bus or supermarket. The other thing that I wanted to highlight here is that if you want to have a nice material that maybe you really close these parts here without squeezing your nose too much, use something like a stretchy material like a t-shirt or an arm of a t-shirt or something like that. This will work very well rather than a satin scarf. I'm using a satin scarf just because I feel in this color. I also love it, and it goes with my jacket because my jacket is yellow. I'll show you how it looks like when I go outside. Although you don't really want to feel it this side. And you see it doesn't look like that. Otherwise, I'll put on my jacket this way. Let's move on. Disinfectant for the hand. When it comes to dealing with the current situation, you have several options. Number one, and what is highly recommended, is really just make sure that you wash your hands with soap between 20 to 30 seconds. At least that's what I read recently. 20 to 30 seconds. Wash your hands that long. Like this 20 to 30 seconds is the time that your hands are covered with foam from the soap. It's not the time that the hands are under the water. It's really like the coverage and the time that the hands is soaked in this foam from the soap. That is number one. However, we know that we can't wash our hands all the time. That's why we're using disinfectant. Most of the things that you find in the market, they're usually somewhere between 40%, or I think even less, to maybe 50%. I know from our lab we always used to use 70% ethanol. That would be nice. It's just very difficult to make at the moment for us, especially for me. Like, I wanted to buy at least hydrogen peroxide because I know this is probably the best thing, and you have to use it very low concentration, 0.5% hydrogen. Very good. I usually order it from Amazon, but now I can order now that from Amazon. It's not delivery. What I thought I could do was vodka. And vodka is alcohol. We all know that, and it should work very well. The thing is, the best concentration of alcohol that's needed now should be around 60%. In the market, I went through different grocery shops. There's maybe one. So far I found one bottle that I know that it was indicated the 66% alcohol. The rest are 37 to 40, and the highest I've seen is 45. We don't have vodka at home, so what am I using at the moment? We have this blue solution, which is basically, we have it in this bottle. I just fill up the bottle. I use it to spray my hands. Super simple. Mainly use this every time we're out, if we're driving somewhere, although now going out is very, very, very rare. But few times when you go out to buy groceries, this is what you use, or for using public transport. This is usually the spray bottle for my hair, but now we have it with the disinfectant. After the situation is over, I'll go back to using it for my hair, but now it's just the disinfectant that's in here. Guess what this is? This is the solution that we usually use in the car when it's winter, to make sure that it cleans the windscreen. It's antifreeze, anti-frost, it's called like that, for the car. I tried using this and I thought it's good because I checked, it has 50% alcohol and then it has about 0.6% methanol. And color is just Farbstoff, which is just colorant, and a little bit of lemon flavor to it. The thing is, I think this is good. I've been using it for a while. I don't see any problem. The only thing that I know is that not all these solutions, like not all the brands, have the same solution. depending on where you are. Some of these solutions contain ethylene glycol, which is very, very toxic. But there are some brands that already have the propylene. Propylene is a form of glycol that is safe, and there are some that have that and they don't have the hazardous signs. So if you have that, absolutely, why not? And this is what we have, and I thought, absolutely, we can use it. I don't dilute it at the moment with anything because it's only 50% alcohol. What I do is add a little bit of, I've added a little bit of this, which is eucalyptus essential oil, just because I feel like it doesn't smell very well. This is what I add. Eucalyptus. Excuse that. Spray, spray, spray every time. I don't even shake hands at the moment, but just if I on a public transport, I use this, and that's it. Then also, it doesn't actually dry the hair that much. If I know if I was using 70% alcohol, it was going to dry out my hand. But maybe I will need to would have to dilute it with a little bit of aloe vera juice instead of water. Ignore everything that's written here because this is not the original thing. The original thing was transparent. So guys, that was it from me. Those are the two things that I'm using at the moment. Two things I'm using: my disinfectant at the moment, that is just pretty much homemade, everything that I try to make at home because you can't buy these things anymore. And the very last thing is my mask that I made by myself.